You're planning to purchase a new car this year and you want these small hatchbacks in the Kenyan market, Mazda Demio should be on the top of your list. This is arguably the best hatchback in the Kenyan market as of now. 2018 models. Now you're heading towards 2019, 2020. Those are better cars, but from 2018 these cars are very much respectable. Now there are some things that makes this car very good. Number one, it is powered by a 1.3 liter petrol engine, 4-cylinder, which gives you some decent fuel economy up to 22 kilometers per liter because of the diesel, because of the petrol Sky Active G technology, which improves on fuel efficiency and power output. That is one thing. Number two, practicality and reliability. Mazda Demio is a very reliable car, especially for the petrol. All Mazdas with petrol engines have some very good reliability because servicing the car and taking care of it is actually very easy. Now it's also a convenient car because of the size. It fits the Kenyan city roads very well. It's easy to park in tight spaces and it is very flexible. Now if you're a lady and you want a nice car, you can try this one out. If you're a gentleman also and you're looking for a small car for your daily activities, Mazda Demio does that perfectly. So let us dive deep down into the specs of this Mazda Demio and see why exactly you should purchase this unit. Now, from the first impression, the car looks actually pretty good. It has some modern features. It has some good stability. The interior is actually very comfortable if you compare it to the chief competitors of this car, that is Nissan Note, Toyota Vitz, and the Suzuki Swift. This car sits on top of that list. It is one of the best cars, and considering the fact that this car has or uses the automatic transmission, I think it gives an edge to this car over the others, which primarily uses the CVT transmission, which might be problematic in terms of servicing. Now this unit, if you'll be purchasing it, the asking price for this car depends on actually the trim level. The most basic Mazda Demio goes for 1.3 million shillings, slightly negotiable. The mid-range, like this one, 1.4 million shillings negotiable, while for the high range Mazda Demio with full features for the petrol 1500cc and also for the diesel, which is 1.5 liter turbo diesel, the asking price is 1.45, but remember the prices are very much negotiable. Now personally, what I like about the Mazda Demio is the tech features that you get here. It has blind spot monitoring system. But for the higher trims, it has cruise control. This one has blind spot monitoring system, lane departure assist, lane keeping assist. It has heads-up display for better visibility. Now starting from the front here, you have this new design. It looks actually very good. Considering Mazda uses the Kodo design blueprint to design their cars, you get almost the same design in all their cars. So starting from this, on the front side you have full LED headlights over there. For the lower trims, you only have halogen. Turn signals on the side, which uses bulb technology, and on the lower side, because this is a 1.3 liter petrol, it misses out on the fog lights. But for the diesel and the 1.5 liter petrol, it comes standard with fog lights. Now on the front side, you have chrome finishing on the grille, front facing camera, and your old design emblem over there. For the 1500cc and diesel, you get the new design on the emblem. From the side, the car is not very long. The size is pretty good. It's sizable, so you can actually squeeze yourself through tight spaces. You can park your car in parallel spaces quite easily as if you compare it to the other vehicles. In terms of suspension, the Mazda Demio uses the McPherson strut suspension with coil and springs and anti-roll bars, and also it has the independent suspension system, which is actually pretty good. So for cornering at high speeds, for stability and steering, Mazda Demio is better as compared to the other cars. So you have 15-inch tires, 15-inch alloys, which looks actually premium if you compare it to the other cars. Side profile is very much okay. You have LED turn signals on the side mirrors, and also you have these cameras on the sides to get you a clear 360-degree view of the car, and also it kind of helps when it comes to blind spot monitoring system. To the backside, looks actually decent. You get this beautiful design here. From the top, you have your aerial fin. No spoiler on this. Brake light is situated there. Wiper for the backside is here. As you move a bit to the lower side, you have a mix of LED taillights and bulb technology. For the brake lights, it uses LEDs, but for the turn signals and reverse lights, it still utilizes bulb technology, which is still a feature in almost all the cars in the market. Now Mazda Demio uses the Sky Active G technology for petrol to ensure that you get excellent fuel economy and good power output in this unit. The trim is Mazda Demio. Remember, there is a Mazda 2, which is a European class of the Mazda Demio. On the lower side, you have a rear-facing camera to assist you when you're parking your car, or if there is someone passing behind you, you'll easily see them. Now, the Mazda Demio has a 1.3 liter petrol engine and a 1.5 liter petrol, but for the 1.3, you get a combined power output of 94 horsepower and 108 newton meters of torque. It's not so much, but for a car of this size, that is adequate power to move the car around for daily activities. Now, power is sent to the front wheels via a 6-speed automatic transmission, or you get an optional all-wheel drive. So depending on whatever you want, it is what it is. The transmission is a 6-speed automatic, which is actually pretty good. It's now up to you to decide whether you'll go for the 2-wheel drive, which is primarily front wheel, or you can go for the all-wheel drive, which will consume a bit more of fuel if you compare to this. At the back, the suspension system that is available here is the torsion beam suspension system, which is usually available in the smaller vehicles. Now you have 15 size tires, premium alloys 15 inches in size. This one comes with drum brakes. For the higher trims, maybe you get a bit of a smaller brake disc, but drum brakes for a car of this size, it's pretty much adequate, no issues about that. Now let us talk about the interior quality of a Mazda Demio. From the first impression, you'll clearly see that this car is more upscale as compared to the other hatchbacks. Starting from the door, you have this plastic finishing on top, fabric finishing here at the center. The one that I showed you yesterday on my TikTok channel, it has white leather finish on this side, leather armrest over here with some wonderful stitches, power door controls on this side, chrome finishing on the door handles, a deeper storage space, and a larger speaker. If you compare the sound quality in a Mazda Demio and all the other hatchbacks, that is Nissan Note, Toyota Vitz, and Toyota Swift, Mazda Swift, not Mazda Swift, Suzuki Swift, the ones in a Mazda sounds actually premium. Now the sitting quality in a Mazda Demio is pretty much comfortable. If you compare to the other cars, I think Mazda takes the first spot. Now you have these amazing seats with the headrest over here. Some beautiful material on the seats, which actually feels pretty good, and the seats are manually adjustable just like the other small vehicle. So for a Mazda Demio, I'd say that is pretty good. Now inside here, it feels a bit cramped up because it's a smaller vehicle, but for daily use and daily practicality, it is actually very, very good. You'll have no worries about brushing other cars on the sides because it is small and you can actually squeeze it in tight spaces. Now you have this leather wrapped steering wheel here. Of course, it has these controls on the left side of the steering wheel for the infotainment system. For the higher trims, you get cruise control, and especially for the diesel, you get cruise control for your car. Air vents on this side, a larger speaker on that side, another speaker on the side. It has heads-up display. As you can see, it shows the speed on the vehicle as you're driving through the highway. Analog clusters for this unit, which actually looks good, and the mileage on this car is 43,000 kilometers only, which is actually pretty good for this Mazda Demio, being a foreign used car. Now on the lower side, you have some additional features. You have your idling stop feature right there, which I think most people are not recommended to use it. Lane departure assist, traction control. You can activate your parking sensors using this button, and you can get a 360-degree view of the car using this button here, of which if you press that button, that is what you get. So in terms of practicality, I think this car is actually very much practical. Now from the center console, you have an infotainment system here, which looks pretty good, of which you can control it using these buttons here, or you can also control it using these buttons on the steering wheel. So it's very, very convenient for daily use. On the lower side, you have some beautiful air vents over here, your push to start button. You have some bit of synthetic leather finish on the dashboard, amazing stitches over here, your hazard button over there, and as you move a bit to the lower side, you have two buttons here to hit your seat, the front passenger seat and the driver's seat. For the higher trims, you have a button here to hit the steering wheel. As you move a bit to the lower side, you come across these buttons for your ACs, which I think they're actually pretty well made, and they are very, very practical because it uses these rotary controls for you to adjust the temperatures of the ACs or the climates, which is actually pretty good. You have a leather pad on this side for your knees. If you're a tall person, you'll have some space to rest your knees. On the lower side, you have your DVD slot, two USB slots, SD card slot over there, auxiliary output, and your 12-volt output to ensure that all your accessories are powered while you're using this vehicle. A nice gear shifter. It feels very solid. and it is also very manly to have a physical gear shifter like this. Some other people are moving to the buttons like the Honda, but in the Mazda Demio I think this is very practical. Now this car can be driven in manual mode, as you can see there, and for the higher trim it comes with paddle shifters. Dedicated sports button, because this is a petrol and that is what petrol does. Controls for the infotainment system using these rotary controls. Of course you can see those stuff moving here and there. Manual handbrake, which comes in handy, 2 cup holders on this side and a deeper storage space on the back side. The front passenger seat is also the same quality as the driver's seat to ensure that the front passenger feel the same as the driver. A larger glove compartment for your manuals. On the top side you have your analog rear view mirror, LED lighting for the interior, sun visor over here with no lights inside or integrated into it. So we'll take a few minutes and check out the back side. Now the back side looks the same as the front side, but it is a bit squeezed. From the door, same design minus the controls, but from the sitting space it's a bit squeezed. If you compare to Toyota Vitz and Nissan Note, I think for the Mazda Demio you get some small space. With the front driver seat pushed all the way to the back, this is the space that remains here. Yeah, it means you'll be able to sit like this, but you won't adjust yourself that much. So if you're a tall passenger, it will be a bit of a challenge, but that is only if the driver pushes the seat all the way to the back. On a normal day, this is how it is. Very comfortable. It's very practical, and considering that this is a small car, so you don't expect it to have a lot of room. The quality of the seats here at the back, the sitting style is actually pretty comfortable. I have no complaints about a Mazda Demio, and this could be a private vehicle, so most of the time you'll find it that you are alone in the car, so you don't have to worry about the spacing at the back at all, unless if you're buying it for a family. I think that would be a bit of a challenge. Now let us look at the boot space. In terms of luggage capacity for a Mazda Demio and a car of this size, I think the spacing also is very much okay, unless if you want to carry so much stuff they won't fit here, but for normal daily activities it is very practical. Lighting for the back side over here, some deeper storage space on the backs on the lower side for additional stuff, but for daily use 1 or 2 suitcases will fit inside there. Ukienda ushago, there's a lot to carry, it will, but if you're carrying a lot, extremely heavy luggages or a lot of luggage, it won't fit in this Mazda Demio. So let me show you the engine bay, then we call it a day. Now this is the engine bay. This is where you get your Sky Active G 4-cylinder petrol. It gives you, we said, 94 horsepower and 108 Newton meters of torque. So this is what you get. It actually looks pretty good. It's nice, straightforward, easy and simple. So if you're interested in a Mazda Demio, this is what you get for 1.4 million shillings. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Make sure you follow me on my TikTok, Wadeki Auto Backup, and you can also follow my website, Wadeki Auto Trading. I'll see you in the next one, and thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe.